As a Quake player, the new Doom is looking very exciting to me. So I just want to run through what's going to make this game great and whether or not it's going to be the replacement for what Quake 5 should be but will probably never get made. So we'll just settle with Doom 4 or the new Doom for now. Now, one of my favorite things about Quake is that it makes use of all the different aiming styles. So there are 3 aiming styles: there's Sniper, Tracking, and Prediction. Sniper is when you point and click, so the railgun or a sniper rifle, and it's pretty much an instant hit. It's high damage, but you don't get much time to move or get out of the way or get another shot because the reload time is so high. Then you have Tracking, which is like the lightning gun. It's rapid fire weaponry, so even machine guns that have a mid-range, maybe even long range, but it gets less and less accurate. And they do low damage, but because it's rapid fire, you get a lot of shots. And then you have Prediction, which is a rocket launcher or grenade launcher, but we'll talk mainly about the rocket launcher for now because that's definitely in Doom. So it's a high damage weapon, medium reload, and so it's medium risk. But because it is such an explosive weapon, it does deter enemies from coming at you, so it is a very good defensive weapon. But it is a prediction weapon, so you have to lead ahead of the enemy and then predict where they're going to go, and that's how you get the hit. So essentially you've got instant hits and delayed hits, rapid fire and single shot. All the other weapons that you get are going to be a combination of those. Let me see if I can show you what I mean. So you have the rapid fire, and you just track. There's not much damage in this, 6 per hit. But because it's rapid fire, you can deal out a lot of damage. Then you have projectiles, and of course you can just shoot the floor. They're explosive, so you can do a lot of damage very easily. And then of course you have the sniper weaponry. You can use it up close, but it's very high risk because if you miss, they're going to get a lot more shots on you than you're going to get on them. Like so, bounce in there with a rocket. It's not a good idea to use those weapons up close. And that's why the 3 main weapons in Quake are rocket launcher, lightning gun, and rail. The rest are just sort of little bits of each of the weapons. So the shotgun is essentially a sniper weapon, even though it's not really good from range. It's still that slow reload time for maximum damage with one shot. And the great thing about Quake, because it does use all the major aiming styles, you can create your own weapon combinations. So once you get up close, you can use rockets. From mid-range you'll use lightning gun, and then when you're far away or you want to finish them off, you can use the railgun. See, track them, get up close, use rockets again, hit with the rail because they're far away, and if it comes back down, easy kill, miss the rail. But that's the sort of thing we're going to need in Doom. We want to be able to mix up the aiming styles and really use our strategic abilities to be able to kill the enemy in creative ways. It's not just walk around or run around with one weapon. You're constantly assessing the situation to figure out which weapon should be best in this situation that you're about to get into. And so far I'm seeing that in Doom, so that's why I'm getting pretty excited about it. It's the new Arena FPS that we'll be playing, hopefully. It's got the shotgun, sniper weapons, rocket launcher, and of course you have the rapid fire machine guns and all that. So you've got the 3 main aiming styles already in there. And then they're just going to play around with the settings on each of the weapons to give us a few more combinations. I'm seeing a lot of secondary fire as well, so that could add a whole new level of gameplay too. When it comes to gameplay features, we've already got quad damage in here, so we know it's going to be just like Quake. And then they've added the demon rune. Now that's essentially a quad damage because it's going to up your abilities and up your damage. It just makes it a bit more fun because it does change it up a little bit. And you have the Gauss cannon, I think it's called, which is a super weapon made to take down the demon. So you do have some defense for it. And it's a limited shot thing. That's the one that gives you that thermal vision. You'll also notice that it's got damage indicators above their heads when you shoot them. And this allows you to know how much damage you're actually doing to your enemy. We love this in Quake because we're always calculating in our heads how much health the enemy has left. See, unlike other games, Quake isn't just one shot kill. You need to do a certain amount of damage, and that's why we use weapon combinations, because it allows us to bring down an enemy to a certain level and then just finish them off. Next up we have equipment items. There's a personal teleporter. I think they're going to base it more on the Unreal Tournament one. I personally would prefer to see the grapple hook make a return. Not so fast like in Quake Live, that is overpowered, but like in Quake 2 CTF, because although it could be used as a slight advantage, it really wasn't. It was too slow and people would usually get a lot of shots on you before you could get out of the base and capture the flag. I don't know what the grenade's going to do, but I love having traps in games, so it looks like they're focusing on strategic gameplay, just like in Quake, as well as some other aspects from other games too. What I think this game really needs is Quake-style movement, a bit faster than what we're seeing in the current alpha of Doom. So it looks a bit slow, hopefully they speed it up, but I like being able to get around the map a bit faster when, strafe jumping. It's like carrying the knife in CS. It's just something that you can do that is an advantage, but not to the point of ruining the game. So you can get around fast, but that of course affects your aim and makes you an easier target because you can't just hide behind a wall. You're going in one direction at a certain speed. It's quite easy to predict. So I definitely want them to change the movement speed, and I hope they get the smooth movement as well as being able to strafe jump. Next, I really hope they let us change the field of view, so FOV, because when you're zoomed in at 90 all the time, or even less now, it's too close. Like, you can't get a real feel for the game. It feels a lot slower than it should. I mean, a lot of players are now choosing to go with 90, but I'm still a 110 user, and for game modes like Clan Arena, we definitely want the higher FOV. Anyway, I wanted to keep this list short, so just FOV, being able to change it, the movement speed, smooth movement, strafe jumping, and I really hope we can get some rocket jumping happening, or some kind of projectile that allows you to blast yourself up. Maybe even an air gun would be great, because then it doesn't actually do damage and you can just cruise around the map with the air gun, just like I do with the rockets in Quake Live now. That would be amazing. If you can, please subscribe, it does help build the channel, and like the video because it'll help it come up in search results. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you're as excited as I am for the new Doom, but this one is definitely looking good. And as long as I get sync error on the case, we should be okay.